Yes, I have a new setup. I have moved my studio upstairs. I am no longer in the basement of my house. So I have way better acoustics in here as well. So without further ado, let's have some mindless fun here. Bullet Train is a brand new 2022 action film directed by David Leitch, starring Brad Pitt, Brian Tyree Henry, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Hiroyuki Sanada, Andrew Koji, Joey King, a lot of other actors. This is a very stacked cast, and I actually stayed away from a lot of the trailers for this movie, and I didn't really look at the cast list aside from the people I already listed. So I was pretty much going into this movie blind, aside from the first teaser trailer and the people that showed in that teaser. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with the good. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it right off the bat. I had so much fun with this movie. Brad Pitt is terrific. I always loved Brad Pitt. He's one of my favorite actors. I really loved him in this movie as this ex-assassin who's trying to stay out of the game but is being brought back into it. He's trying to use these pacifist beliefs that he's adopted to solve situations, and it never works out. It's kind of funny how that works. Some people have said that Brad Pitt wasn't right for this role, and I can see where they're coming from, but I just really had fun with his performance in this movie. It was just a lot of fun, like I said. Brian Tyree Henry and Aaron Taylor Johnson in this movie are absolutely hilarious. They play brothers in this movie, and I absolutely love their chemistry and their banter together. If they were to make a prequel spin-off about these two characters, I would not be objected to it. I just really love these characters. I love their interactions throughout the movie with what they were trying to do. And also, Andrew Koji in this movie is really the emotional center of the whole movie. His story is what gets this entire thing going, and I thought that he gave a very good performance. He was easily the most serious character in this movie, and like I said, he does absolutely great with the seriousness that the role that he's playing requires. And he was also one of the only parts of that Snake Eyes movie from last year that I actually liked, so points for that as well. Hiroyuki Sanada, I am really loving the, I guess, renaissance of his career, because he was in Avengers Endgame, he was in Mortal Kombat, he was in Army of the Dead, he was in this, and a lot of people are really wanting him to play a samurai in a Predator film. I really love that. I really love Hiroyuki Sanada. He's a straight badass in everything that I've seen him in, and this movie is no exception. He doesn't really come into play until the third act of this movie, but when he becomes a main player, he's absolutely amazing. I love Hiroyuki Sanada. Joey King, I've never hated her by any means. I'm pretty sure she's a great person, but I've just never really been a fan of any of her movies. I hated Slender Man, was not big on the first Kissing Booth, never watched the sequels. I liked The Conjuring, and she was good in that, but other than that, I just was never a big fan of her movies. But she does a terrific job in this movie. She's in it just about as much as everybody else, and she actually does a really good job. I really like the way she played the character and the way she's manipulating things going on the train. I just thought that she was definitely having fun with this role, and she made it her own. And then you have a few other people who show up in this movie. I'm not gonna say who they are because they're kind of big reveals, but specifically the main villain of this movie. I'm not going to say who plays him, but when I saw who was playing him, I was completely shocked because I was not expecting this actor to be in this movie. And then there's a few other cameos from other actors, and I thought that they all served their purpose. And Bad Bunny, who is apparently playing a D-list or Z-list Spider-Man villain named El Muerto, he has a small little role. he's actually really good in this movie as well. I'm not familiar with Bad Bunny. I haven't heard any of his music, but whatever. I really like the small little role he played in this movie. And aside from the characters in this movie has a lot of really fun action set pieces. It's, as the title suggests, set on a bullet train in Japan, and it's just chaos from beginning to end. It wastes no time getting in. Once the story gets going, it does not stop until the movie's credits begin to roll. And just seeing everything play out, it's funny, it's suspenseful, it's just a lot of fun. And my favorite thing about it is the fact that I was not expecting anything that actually happened in this movie throughout the entire runtime. I was not expecting a single thing that happened, and that's one of my favorite things about this movie. And then, of course, the soundtrack, absolutely great. It actually played one of my favorite 50s songs, Sukiyaki by Q Sakamoto. I really love that song, it's very beautiful. And then the rest of the soundtrack's absolutely terrific as well. It's really stylish movie. I love the way it's shot. David Leitch is a great director. I would love to see more from him down the road. And aside from all that, like I said, there's actually a lot of heart, humor, a lot of emotion in it as well. And the twists throughout the movie, like I said, all absolutely amazing. And that's about it for the good. Let's move on to the bad. And for the bad, I really don't have anything. I know a lot of people are giving this more reviews on the negative side, but I just had a ton of fun with this movie. So moving on to the final thoughts, like I said, this movie's just a ton of fun. I really loved it. I can't wait to own it on Blu-ray. I really want to get that Steelbook that Best Buy has for pre-order. I might get that. I don't know. Either way, Bullet Train was such a fun movie, one of the biggest surprises of the year, and I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. So that was my thoughts on Bullet Train. Have you seen this movie? Let me know down in the comments what you thought about it if you have. As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.